right. And we're live.
Yay.
We're live. Yeah. Kay, you can be in frame. You don't have to just hang out of frame. Or you're barely in frame. Hey everybody, we're doing some live stream building tonight. So the only thing I have for the rifle right now, for Mando's rifle, is this bent piece of PVC, which, public service announcement, do not bend PVC with heat indoors, because you will hurt yourself, because this stuff is super toxic when heated up. So just don't do that. But we've also got Kay here. He's working on some fun knife project that he's got going on the side.
Oh boy.
So he'll be using the tools and stuff intermittently while we're also doing stuff.
I can do it. It's good.
No, I'm also helping.
Oh,
Me also helping.
But have you considered this? Me. No.
Me also. There we go.
No. Just give it a couple nice to dry.
Well, you don't want it to fully dry. You want it to be quite, like, in that tacky place that it's at right now. There you go. Awesome. So we're going to start in on the rifle here. Good evening, Melvin. It's kind of an early one. It's an early one because we actually wanted to break at some point and try to watch the Snyder Cut, which, as most of you know, at this point is like 4 hours long. So we needed time to do that where we wouldn't, just die the next day. So there's that. We got a lot of this cleaned up today, so we're going to have a pretty good time doing this. I'm going to pull up some reference pictures because we are sort of winging it. I say winging it, but like I have sort of a plan of attack. But we are, we're working our way through it as we go. So,
do you have a long box cutter?
Not. I mean, I do, but it has a nasty habit of losing its blade.
Ooh.
You can cut that stuff with this.
You sure? Sure, that's long enough. Okay, that's gonna be close.
I mean, yeah, but
especially
also you need to finish.
Angle.
You also need to finish.
Yeah.
You're trying to cut it at an angle?
Yeah.
Why are you trying to cut it at an angle?
Because it's an angular knife.
But if you cut it at an angle, it will be angled from the far side, not the middle. So it'll go all the way to the other side.
Yeah, that'll do the same on the other side.
I don't know if that'll work out as well as you think it will.
I've done it with other swords.
I will let you give that a shot.
Okay.
Here, I'll give you as much space there as I can. So let's pull up a nice reference photo as I just sort of work my way through having actual real people light, which is absolutely gnarly. Okay. So I think if I can find a little bit more of this particular square dowel, I think if I just put 4 of these together and make a long block, that can serve as the basis for like the center of this part. So let me see. I know I have more of this stuff. I just don't know where. Or maybe I don't. Maybe my life is just like a lie. That's possible, right? Like, we have to consider that possibility. I'm just losing it out here. Aha! I knew it.
Shiny block of foam.
I knew it. Okay, so let's see here. This is gonna be...
Right back.
Okay. So I think... Let's see, based on the pipe that we're using here. Yeah, so this should be thick enough. The question is, how much of it can I actually build? Let's get rid of this label piece here. What did I cut a piece off for? I'm actually having trouble remembering. Because I don't think in any of my mainstay builds I've used this stuff. I'm losing it. There we go. Ooh, yeah. Heyo! How you doing there, Joshua? We are just hanging out and working on a Mando rifle. Right now we're trying to build up the midsection, and I'm trying to use some square foam dowels to do it. Now, the one thing I will say is I know that Art Mind's dowels tend to be a little softer than some people like, but I think for what we're doing here, which is creating a big block, they work great because otherwise it's just so dense, like impossible to work with kind of dense. Let's see. I think that actually might be long enough if we just, because I don't want to double it up. This is too much. But I'm sure Mando Rifle is gonna kick ass. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm hoping it kicks some butt. I think it's gonna be fun. You know, we've got some foam here, but we've also got some other things that we're working on to try and build up the shape of this and get some of the details right. Now, I think that this roughly should be enough. It is pretty vertical. You know what I might end up doing is using 2 of these, like top and bottom, like this, and then doing a sheet on either side. That might work out a little better. So let's see, because this does sort of work its way into the stock. Yeah. I'm seeing it, and I think that we actually want to break right before the main silver bit, so that can kind of abut there.
Do you have any paper?
Do I have paper?
Yeah.
There's some paper on top of that right there.
Cool, thanks. That'll work perfect.
Yeah. Get you some paper. So it looks like this is probably going to be about the right. Oh, that's if I'm doing the whole thing. See, now here's where we separate the men from the boys. We're gonna start. We're gonna start just cutting. We just gotta start making the. Oh no! See, this is what I mean.
Oh, that's fun.
That's awful. I don't know what you're talking about. I need to get this. This is one thing that I need to like invest in. I need to find the right knife for doing this kind of stuff because I love having a longer blade, but this is horrendous. This is the worst thing ever, and it never friggin' works, and I hate it. Like now it's just locked. What's that about? There we go. Super weird. Very much an inconvenience. There we go. Oh, somebody messaged me. I guess I'm not allowed to. Here we go. Let's make the first set of 2 here.
Not in your way,
Not really. There we go. We got the first set of 2 here. And then we're going to make another set of 2 of the same length. Trying to make our cuts as square as possible so that when we glue them together, we can actually make them flush all the way around. There we go. Yeah, there we go. And there's still some left over, which we might end up using in a little bit here because there's a lot of blocky parts on this that I want to get just right. And you know, you got to build up the foam somehow. And this feels like a better way than just layering sheets together until I've got the thickness I require. So let's the thickness. Okay, do you have the sickness for the thickness?
Oh, I hate this.
You hate this? I'm sorry. Because you decided to come over, man. You wanted to watch Snyder Cut over here. For those of you who don't know, this is my little brother Kieran. He's off camera, doing his own thing. But he also makes foam props. Because he's super cool. Oh yeah. Why is the handle of this thing wet?
I don't know.
I'm blaming you.
Why?
Because you're the only one who's used it.
I literally just set it on top.
I don't know why it's wet.
I don't know either.
It's not like it's got contact cement on it. It's just like wet.
I don't know.
That's weird. You're weird. There are no templates, right? I don't have a template. I think Kamui Cosplay has one for not that much money, but I was also like, I have faith in my abilities as a crafter. Also, I kind of wanted the joy of just like, we're gonna make it. You know, we're just gonna do it. I think it's gonna go pretty well here. Pretty much everything else, though, I've had templates of some kind or another. I think I do have a Mandalorian rifle in Pepakira that I might unfold at some point, but I'm not using it for this. I don't think that that's going to be productive for me. That feels a little over detailed in my opinion for the way that I build. There we go. So the goal here, because I have to put this PVC in the middle of this, is I'm actually going to make 2 sides and then score out a place for the PVC to go and then sandwich it in the middle. There we go. Oh, and for anybody who's concerned, we do have a window in here. Like, there's a lot of pretty good ventilation. I might even open another, just because I don't want anybody to get concerned that we're not, like, being safe and practicing the good.
Oh no.
Not
Isn't that a big plaque of foam?
I have no idea where you put your foam. There we go.
Up there.
Look at that. Even more ventilation. Okay, you gotta shut the door behind you, man. Thank you. Sorry, the devil's bargain I make is that I get to use this room more often than not, but I have to try and contain all the smells and whatnot. Even if I'm being pretty safe with these chemicals, the smell can still be a bit much. Here we go. Whew. Here we go. Yeah, I'm loving that. Yeah, no, pretty much everything else has been templates. The only things that I haven't really used templates for, other than the rifle, were the hand plates, actually, which I think turned out really, really well for being free-handed. You know, I got quite a bit of detail in there, even these very fine grooves in like 2mm foam. I think they turned out very nice. Just the raw foam on the inside there. But yeah, no, I tend to work in Pepakira. It tends to be the way I work best and fastest, I'll say that. Because when I can do that, I have a pretty clear direction, an idea of how I want to make something. Let's hit those with the heat gun. Whoa. Oops. Safety first, folks. Have you made a full armor of a character? Before? Yeah, I've made full armors before. I've done a full Mark 7 suit, Iron Man armor. That was really fun. I have also done a full head-to-toe Link from Twilight Princess. That was also very fun. And I know that that's not all armor, but there were a lot of pieces I had to make for that. Little pieces, too, you know? What are you looking for, Kay?
The block of foam.
Where'd you put it?
Not sure.
Your foam?
Yeah.
Right there. Black. Stop putting it on black things. You're not gonna see it. LOL. But yeah, I've made full characters before. Here we go. We did it, Kay. We saved the town. Yeah. I don't know, have you ever made a full character there, My Best Projects? I'm curious. I don't know, because I think everybody kind of remembers their first, like, full character build. You know, I've done a lot of small projects. Silver one? Yeah, there's probably a silver one. Probably a silver one out on the table. There we go. There we go. Let's see here. And then we're gonna bevel the top edge and the bottom edge pretty intensely here. So I might do a cut first to start that. And then we'll sand this down to try and make it a little more even. But the less sanding you have to do, the better, because A, you're just going to waste a bunch of time, and B, less dust, you know? Just less dust. Yeah, there we go. This blade could probably use a little sharpening. It's starting to slip a little. There we go. Alright, let's get a sanding room out there. Plan to create templates for a clone trooper cosplay. Hey, that's pretty dope. Otherwise, I'll throw this out there. If you didn't want to make templates from scratch, I do have a full set of clone trooper templates on my Etsy store. They're just 15 bucks for head to toe Pepakura clone trooper. Even going so far as to do the strap on the ankle, because that's just the kind of maker I am. You know, retentive and very much a nuisance. There we go. Shut that for now. So I'm actually going to use a pretty rough Dremel bit on this because I have a lot of material still to remove. And I got to make it as even as possible.
Pushing down on it the whole time, so.
There we go, see? Already getting that sharp bevel along the side. I think one side of it is going to be a little more intense than the other. There we go. I think I'm going to try and even them out before I go in with the stone bit. Let's see that.
Oh, nice.
That's the block. Yeah, so that'll be like the center block here. That's not the stock.
Oh yeah. Okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna add some more shape to this. Obviously. What do you want to eat tonight?
I don't know. Anything.
What?
Oh.
You know? Just thinking of ordering something.
Oh, I forgot my skull mug.
You could always run back and get it.
I could, but like, no.
You are not required.
I actually went to GameStop, and
Of course you did.
yeah, no, and I stopped, and there's a matching one that goes with that mug.
Oh?
Yeah, but it's, so apparently the mug is supposed to be like a whiskey glass size. It's actually pretty small. And the other mug is like a shot glass size. But I have absolutely no need for a shot glass. And it's a shot glass that only has about an ounce or so, but it's the same size of that giant mug. It's like yay big. It's ridiculous.
That's funny.
Ain't it though?
There we go. Yeah, there we go. I was just curious, would you rather build a full Stormtrooper cosplay or full Clone Trooper cosplay with your patterns? That's a good question. I think the short answer is I like my Stormtrooper templates a lot. I turn them into really great 2D templates. But my Clone Trooper templates are, I will say, a better reference as well as a better 3D reference as well as a 2D reference. Also, I just kind of like the Clone Trooper armor more. I don't know. I've talked about this before on the channel.
Dope.
Clone Troopers are dope. But I've talked about this before on this channel. I really actually want to make... There's my boys. Oh, hey, Ma. How you doing?
Oh, boy.
How you doing, Ma? There's a really great image on Reddit of a dude who mocked up a Phase 3 trooper.
Oh, where it's like the
It's like
helmet
halfway-
has the two eyes.
Well, but it's also
still...
got like a separate elbow piece still, and the shins are like different. I don't know. I really vibe with that idea, and I'd really love to do a mashup, a mashup.
I really hope we get more stuff like that with Bad Batch coming out.
I do too.
That'd be
I
dope.
want to see because logically there's a step between the Phase 2 Clone Trooper armor and the Stormtrooper armor, I feel. Because there's such a big improvement, but there's not a strong aesthetic difference between the Phase 1 Clone Trooper and the Phase 2 Clone Trooper, other than in the helmet. And I think that there must logically be a step between the T-visor, especially, and the two eyes of the Stormtrooper. That's just me, maybe. But I do think that's cool. But I think using my templates right now, I would rather make the Clone Trooper. I really like those templates too. It doesn't hurt that I think those templates turned out really, really nice. Let's use the stone bit for a second here. We're just going to smooth this out. The reason we use the stone bit is because it will sort of seal over the foam and remove any burrs. Oh, are you also going to Dremel?
Yes.
Why don't you plug in over there?
Okay.
That's probably just
Will
on the
drain
safe
it?
side. No, it won't drain it. No, it's just that's a lot of things plugged in at once. Yeah.
In a particular place.
No. There we go. So I'm actually doing a little bit of research right now because I'm working on a basics series because I've had a lot of people ask me not just about the builds that I do, but like to go through and explain all the steps a little bit better. And I've learned a whole bunch of stuff already because I was like, what is EVA foam, you know? Like, what is this stuff? And I've found out all sorts of stuff about it. Not the least of which is it's not carcinogenic. I thought it was carcinogenic, but it's not carcinogenic. No, that's not true. I didn't think it was carcinogenic. I thought it might be, but it's definitely not, which is cool. It also, believe it or not, so, you know what I discovered is that, okay, hot glue and EVA foam are both EVA polymers.
That's kind of wacky.
Yeah, it's just the ratio of, I think, ethyl acetate is different. Like, the ethyl acetate in hot glue is like 11%, whereas this is like closer to like 30%.
Yeah.
And that's like one of the major differences between the two things, which I think is crazy. Like, logistically, that sounds wrong. That sounds insane.
Yeah.
But this is, like, functionally different than hot glue, but very similar to it. Alright, I am going to now cut a very deep V-groove into this. Dang it. The blade came out again. God dang it. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Now I'm going to cut a V-groove into this so that we can try to start fitting the PVC pipe in. The goal here would be to create a deep enough groove that this thing can just slide in. Now, I might end up creating a square hole for a round peg, of course, but that's okay because we're going to be covering both ends of this, so you won't really see that. That's not quite enough. You can see I'm only about like a third of the way onto that, so I'll need to make this groove a little deeper. I don't know, anybody else out there, any questions about what we're doing? This is just kind of some fun build time. It's not super complicated, I know, but as always, if there's any questions, I'm here to field them. Jesus, why is this so stuck? I didn't think my angles were that off on this, but dang, okay. Don't be too confident in yourself there, folks. Jeez, okay. Okay, so now I think that'll be, yeah, that'll be deep enough groove. So I can glue that into this piece right here. And this is probably going to get chopped up like there, so that I can also add in the stock over this part here. There we go. Let's do a much more shallow cut here, but wider. There we go. Of course, that one's in one piece. Damn. Okay, here we go. The one side's super wonky, on the interior at least, and this one's just super sharp. What's wrong?
Oh, the knife's not long enough. I'll trade you.
Okay.
Bad knife.
It's not a bad knife.
It's a bad knife.
It's not a bad knife. You're a bad crafter. Here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's gonna work with that. And then we'll end up like chopping it there to create the first divot here. I'm actually just gonna mark that. Okay, where's that silver Sharpie?
Oh, I never found one, but I found this.
Oh, that's not for that.
Oh, sorry.
We'll just mark that here roughly. There we go. I'm going to cut the PVC real quick. I've actually got a PVC cutter for this, so I won't need to pull out the Dremel or anything like that. And then I'll need to get one of those, whatchamacallits, the coupling joints. Whew, there we go. Excellent. And then I'll let us separate the stock from the center of the gun here. That's great. There we go. I think I'm actually going to bust out the hot glue gun to stick this on here so that we've got a really, really strong bond with the undercarriage, so to speak. There we go. And then let's contact cement the two ends of this together, and then we'll cut it short, or excuse me, cut it shy, so that we're sure that it actually is even before we glue this down to the thing, and this becomes a whole problem to try and get it together. Just get it together. There we go. And while that first layer of glue is drying, I think we should start working our way down the barrel just a little bit. Now, my first gut instinct on this guy, I'm gonna close that, was to use this because there's like a smaller bit underneath. To use this underneath to give it the oomph it needs to be like a full rifle length, if you will. And I think in terms of the overall gun length, we're talking there to here, probably to like right there. Now I wonder if I can, I actually don't know if I can use this to cut this. And this is probably going to end in disaster, but it's happening. Ooh. Nope. That ain't gonna work. Oh wow, it does not want to cut that. I know I've got a cutting wheel somewhere here. Where is it? Here we go. No, those aren't cutting wheels. Where's my cutting wheels? Seriously, where the hell did I put my cutting wheels? I know I had a bunch of them at one point. Huh, damn. Okay, well, I guess we'll settle for this guy, who is objectively not as good at his job, but that's okay. We'll make it work. Here we go. There we go. So that should be good enough for our uses here, at least in length. Thinking I'll go on the underside here. I'll keep it very sharp. And these things are all pretty lightweight, which is part of what I love about all these materials. These fiber rods, this PVC, all this foam, of course. Makes for pretty lightweight building overall. How is it already 6:30? Oh my god. The time's just flying by. Go. I'm getting hyped for Snyder Cut, aren't you, Kay?
Oh yeah.
I'm excited. I will unabashedly ride that hype train. All the way to our inevitable disappointment.
Yep. It's gonna be just all right.
It's good. That's the thing. Is I'm 100% convinced It's not going to be life-changing. It's going to be fine. I mean, most of the reviews I've heard are like, yeah, it's a pretty good movie, but it's like 4 hours, man. The fact that it is like 4 hours does actually hurt it a little bit. And on some level, you had to know it has to. It has to hurt it just a little bit. Like, just a little bit. There we go. And I hold no illusions about this construction. It's still going to need, like, a lot of the same sanding that if I would need if I had, say, constructed a box around it, or if I don't know, if I'd just layered lots and lots of sheet material together. But I do think that this will help us out a lot overall. Let's see here. Where's my knife? Damn it, Kay.
What? It was already out.
It was already... Why were you cutting with it then?
Because I was just holding the end of it.
That's a bad idea.
Oh, okay. No, a bad idea is when I used to have a bunch of those blades, but not the holder, so I just wrapped it in duct tape. That's
also a bad idea. Safety first, man. God dang. There we go. Sort of evening up the ends here. It's actually surprisingly close. Because I'm a god. Just what it is. There we go. Let's see here. Alright. So we're still building the center section here. And that might be kind of what we get to tonight. But I am interested to see how much detail we can build into it before the night is over. Yeah, check it out, Kat. So now,
Nice.
I got sort of the first end of it here. Let's see here, which... Yeah, like that. So that'll kind of go on there. Then the next section sort of hits it kind of a fun angle.
Is that thing easily accessible?
No.
No? Okay.
Not at all.
Never mind. That'll make this 1,000 times easier.
It's not coming down. Let's grab a piece of foam and a ruler. The stuff dreams are made of. Go. Wrapping the end of the back. I got this really fun. What's the overall size of the rifle? So when we're done, because I think I measured initially, the rifle that we'll have made when we're done should be about that big. It's probably going to be like... It's probably going to be like 40 inches. I don't actually know what the official length is. 150 centimeters. That's not helpful. I guess the official one is 60. We might get closer to that. I just think it might get cumbersome to try to carry everywhere if you're not careful. But I suppose if... No, because the stock's coming out to here. Yeah, no, this is actually going to be a lot closer to that than I initially estimated. That's okay. I mean, that's a good thing, objectively. And also part of why I really want this thing to come apart into 3 pieces. Because otherwise, holy hell, getting this thing anywhere is just going to be a massive pain.
Plus, aren't you shipping it?
Yeah, plus we're going to be shipping this, so there's that too. But that's less of, like, the ultimate consideration and more about, like, ease of use when you've actually got it. And that's the important part, frankly. Here we go.
Oh.
What's up?
It turned out really weird. It's definitely not going to work for a kunai knife.
Why not?
Because it's really, really jagged. And even
I
if
don't think
sand
that's
it,
the problem. I think the problem, this foam is just way too thick, man.
Yeah, honestly. So, alternative plan at this point. We're going to make an orc arrow.
Also, it's worth noting that this is just...
Not great. Yeah.
No, this is just super wavy here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I know.
All right. I'm just throwing
I
it
wasn't
out there.
trying to do it, but it happened. So, it's going to be an
But
arrow.
this is where we're at. Look, it wasn't the plan, but it's kind of the plan now.
It's going to be cool, damn it.
Okay, here we go. This is going to get glued on here. I'm going to bulk up the end shape. And then we're going to shape that down a bit. You okay there, Kay?
Yeah, I'm just looking at this.
Too moist.
Oh, boy.
Too moist. There we go. We'll do a little sanding to try and make some of those edges a little sharper, but I do think we've gotten the shape right overall. At least generally.
Good.
Oh, we need just a little bit of filling right there. This is actually a rare moment where I'd rather be decisive and then go back in and fill a small bit. There we go. CK? Now we got the barrel sort of fleshing out here. Yeah. You know, I bet you can make like a Mando Max. You could do like a sawed-off shotgun Mandalorian rifle. I bet you that would look really cool. There we go. And then the front of this is actually going to...
Fired up?
No, not even a little.
Okay.
We're also going to need to shave this front end down just a bit.
Alternative question, where is the hustle gun?
Hanging up.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, I needed to not be there.
Random, sorry.
Sorry.
That's good.
There we go.
Looks surprisingly well.
The wood?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a soft wood. That's like balsa, right?
Either that or bass. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Go. Now we got the front end starting to build up here. I think we can start doing some fun riveting details. I can't remember if it's this one or the one up that I do this with. Let's try this one. Do a little test piece. Yeah, it's this one.
Oh, that's good.
Right?
Cool if I use this.
Yeah, go for it. There we go. I'm actually going to show that off to the camera real quick. I'm very proud of these kind of details. They look really, really sharp, but they're very, very fine. Oh god, it's so blown out. There we go. You can kind of see. Oh god, it's so blown out. There we go. You can kind of see there's little tiny rivet details in there now. Little details like that. That's what sells builds like these, I feel. Go. Really starting to work in these rivet details. Yeah, I'm liking that. See, then there's another piece that's going to go over the top back here. That's also going to be quite important. Oh, thank you, Melvin. I'm very much glad that you enjoy that I have an attention for detail. One might even go so far as to say that it's pivotal to our contractual relationship. Here we go. Go. I might actually just super glue this part down because it's going to be pretty darn static. Started incorporating more Gorilla Glue, finding it's actually been very beneficial to the overall health of these builds, frankly. Oh, whoops. Oh, piece. Glue, there we go. There we go. We're already nearly done with this midsection. Oh, but it's 5:53. God dang it. How does this always happen? How do we always just run out of time, Kay?
I don't know. Glad I could be of help.
Thank you. Okay. Rip this little bit of extra foam off here. There we go. That's better. And then there's like a groove routed in down there. Yeah. So here's what we're gonna do. Grab this piece right here. I'm gonna do a test real quick on one of these square bits. This might not be the way to go. Oh, that is really hard to control. Oh man, that is way too hard to control. Never mind. I was gonna just try to do a groove with, like, sort of routering it out, but that's not gonna work at all. Now I think we might just round out this session tonight by finishing some really nice bevels.
Starting to suspect this isn't on.
What?
Starting to suspect this isn't on.
Is there a light on?
Where?
In the back there, man.
No, there is not.
Yeah, it's not on.
It's not.
Have you plugged it in?
Yes. Oh, God,
There you go.
Just waiting has been in vain.
Yeah, it might have been, man. Especially since I think we're gonna wrap up here.
Okay.
All right, this has been pretty good though. Like I know that it wasn't as much progress as I was hoping to make tonight, but also I'm pretty darn happy with that to start with. And some of those details are already looking really sharp. This is going to be a very, very functional and frankly cool build. I'm pretty pleased. With that, though, I think we're going to wrap. Up in Jaden, this is my little brother Kay. Alright. I want to thank all my patrons. Y'all have been super great, especially this past month, where it's been a lot of live streams, like a lot more live streams than I used to do, but not a ton of specific content other than, you know, new builds being finished and lots of Pepicura templates. But if you do like this channel and you like supporting what I do and the free templates that I put out, please consider becoming a patron yourself. It really helps us out, helps us do giveaways and things. But, you know, for now, I've been Jaden. Thank y'all so much for coming by and, you know, take care.